Good afternoon, and welcome to the Senior Prize Assembly. First, please join me in thanking Brandy Zhang for the music you heard as we entered today. This afternoon, the school's academic departments will confer a range of prizes upon individuals from the class of 2018 in recognition of their breadth and depth of learning, their present achievement, and their promise for excellence in future study. To the class of 2018, welcome. I recently sat at a college graduation and heard the Dean of the Arts and Sciences tell his graduates, "Now is your time," only with much greater exuberance and hand-waving than I can bring to bear. And I was left thinking, were they waiting for someone to start the race? Was this proclamation cause for sprinting, for immediate action? No, it was an exhortation to have purpose and be great, but I do not believe my attaching this missive to the end of any experience is fair to you all. Class of 2018, it has always been your time, and it will always be your time. For what you've done here at Blair is to learn what it means to grow, to better understand yourself, and to let others see and be a part of the ways in which this journey has happened. So my simple parting advice is this: stay committed to these ideals you've learned, and thus the time is yours. Tonight we pause to celebrate the achievement of students who most consistently made it their time in a Blair classroom. We honor excellence in pursuit of learning as demonstrated by the efforts of many in this community, too many to recognize you all here tonight. While some of what you've done may go unrecognized in this week, we hope you know that it does not go unremembered by the faculty. And now, allow me to introduce the department heads who will in turn present named awards and subject prizes particular to their fields. First, Mr. Adams for Computer Science.
The Berman Prize for Excellence in Computer Science was named for the Berman family, whose generosity made possible the first computer lab at Blair Academy, which I taught in 23 years ago. I'm very pleased this year to announce that the winner of the prize, Pierce Forte, has done an outstanding job in computer assignments, in programming, and has shown a passion and zeal for coding throughout. Well done, Pierce. Now for the English department, Mr. Moore.
The Dumont Prize, given in honor of the late Senator Wayne Dumont and his father, Wayne Dumont Sr., is awarded to the highest-ranking student in English. Transporting us into an alternate experience of the world, great authors have the power to transform and reshape reality. According to her English 4 teacher, Mr. Compton, our Dumont Prize winner not only indulges in the fantasy of others with an unquenchable appetite, but displays the imaginative capacity to create her worlds ungoverned by the mundane of everyday life, places where she can fly and, when called to do so, fight evil. Mr. Compton feels fortunate to have spent the year looking through the window of her creative writing into the underlying universes that she inhabits, and looks forward to the day she returns to Blair as an author in residence. This year's Dumont Prize winner is Rebecca Shee. Robert F. Harris Memorial Trophy is awarded to a member of the senior class for special interest and outstanding achievement in the study of English literature. Due to some fortuitous academic schedule change, the Harris Trophy winner joined my English 4 class in the late in the fall, entering while we were already deep into our first novel of the year. Somehow, he caught up with the reading almost immediately and quickly established himself as one of the leading voices in our class. As we all know from his now famous Ho-Ho Chapel Talk, our trophy winner revels in making sense out of the complex whether in class discussion or in his meticulously crafted essays. The winner of this year's Robert Harris Memorial Trophy is Shu Wai Alvin. And now representing the Fine Arts Department, Mrs. Sykes.
There are several qualities that make for a great student of art. Mastery of technique, unique vision, fierce problem solving, risk-taking, and perseverance. All of our prize winners tonight possess these attributes and more. The Photography Prize is awarded to 2 students who have helped grow the Blair Photo program. Mr. Trish writes, 2-time AP student Megan Baldwin was the first to lend her talents and time to the communications office by documenting the fall sports season in 2017, and she set a high bar for all those who have followed. Nami Hoffman is a keen student of the world. She has an amazing talent to capture authenticity of people around her, which makes her photography resonate. Please come to the stage for your prizes, Megan Baldwin and Nami Hoffman. For her amazing image of the summer eclipse. The image is one of a kind and a great representation of her enthusiasm and talent. The work will stay here, but she will get a check, so come on up. His artistic vision is unparalleled. His discipline and determination has served him exceedingly well in the ceramics studio, and will continue to help him shine wherever life takes him. I'm thrilled to award the 3D prize to Luke Corrado. Prize, named for Judith Colin Campman and Stephen Campman, who created the Blair Video program, is awarded to that student each year whose exceptional talent, enthusiasm, dedication, and accomplishment in visual expression and storytelling not only meet the highest standards of excellence, but uniquely set themselves apart from all others. 2018's Campman Video Prize goes to Sabrina Helk and Spencer Quinn. Embodies all of the qualities that I could hope for in an art student. Driven, intuitive, and reflective, she has officially reached multi-platinum art rock star status. Her passion and talent have established her as a role model for her peers, and I can't imagine the art studio without her. I am so proud to present the 2D Art Award to Miss Amy Lee. 2018 Art Prize winner is a true creative force. While a camera has been her primary tool of expression, her imagination, passion, and enthusiasm are what make her artwork stand out. She has captured iconic portraits of many of her classmates and inspired all of us with her talents. Congratulations on winning. Mr. Beck with the History Prizes.
Good afternoon. It is my privilege to award the Paul White Prize for excellence in the study of history on behalf of the entire department. This prize is given in honor of longtime Blair faculty member Paul White, who was a veteran of World War II, was a demanding and inspirational history master at Blair, and went on to be department chair. This year's recipient embodies the ideals of Mr. White and the essay of the entire department. She thinks critically, holds herself to an incredibly high standard, reads intently and broadly, and explores fundamental questions about the nature of history and of the world around her. It is my pleasure to award this year's Paul White Prize to Rebecca Shee. For the language department.
This year's Spanish Prize recipient is a natural linguist, a hardworking and creative student, and a fantastic young woman. In the Advanced Spanish Language and Literature course this year, Sienna brought great cultural awareness to class every day, along with a desire to express her ideas with both clarity and originality. Her participation in class and work on projects and presentations were always excellent and thought-provoking. The same can be said for Sienna's contributions to her AP class in her junior year. I remember the joy that Sienna felt when she realized that she had acquired that elusive, natural feel for the subjunctive mood. Every Spanish teacher's dream to hear that from a student. Her drive to be a fluid thinker in the language is what has set her apart from others and allowed her to attain the high level of proficiency which she enjoys. Sienna. The Charles H. Breed Latin Prize is given annually to an upper-level student who has exhibited dedication, ability, and achievement in the study of Latin. This year's prize recipient is a rock star, according to Ms. Freilich. The way this young scholar carries herself as a student, as an artist, as a musician, and as a person is amazing to watch. She attacks all assignments with focus, diligence, and a quiet confidence that is truly astounding. Ms. Freilich is honored to have worked with her in her final year of Latin, but also her first year of ancient Greek. From her analysis of an Aeneid passage to her portrayal of a parasitic slave in Menechemi, Rebecca Shee is a true classic. it over to Mr. Browse and the mathematics department.
The Winston D. Ewing Prize for Mathematics is given to the outstanding mathematics student in the senior class. It is named after and given in honor of Blair's long-serving mathematics department chairman, Win Ewing, who retired from Blair in 1986. The name of the winner of the Ewing Prize will come as no surprise to anyone. In just 1 year at Blair, he has redefined what it means to be a pure mathematician. One who sees the great beauty inherent in the subject when studied at the highest level. Combinatorics is at heart just counting, but the elegance of a proof makes it so much more than simple calculation to scholars like him. He truly deserves to be in the pantheon of individuals known by just one name. We all know Oprah. Then there's Adele, and of course, LeBron. At Blair, we have our very own Zoom.
I have 4 awards to present on behalf of the Performing Arts Department in the areas of theater, technical theater, vocal, and instrumental music. The Harris Dramatics Prize for Outstanding Achievement in Theater. Mr. Evans writes, "The winner of the Theater Prize is a true triple threat who played a leading role in every play he appeared in. His highlights include The Mechanic in Middletown, Usnavian in The Heights, the title role in The Government Inspector, and Bobby in Crazy for You, where he was able not only to show off his comic timing and stellar singing voice, but also showcase his tap dancing ability. What stands out about this Academy player is that he knew what a gift it was to be part of the cast. After his last curtain call and closing night of In the Heights, he took a moment to look back at the stage and the audience, showing that he knew he had just been part of a once-in-a-lifetime production. For sharing that gift with the Blair audience so successfully for 4 years, the Theater Prize goes to Ernesto Lippert. The Dale Rosenson Prize in Technical Theater. Mr. Rasmussen writes, "The winner of the Rosenson Prize has devoted 3 years to focus, and in 1 year participated in 2 terms of tech crew, demonstrating a natural affinity for technical theater and a willingness to invest her boundless enthusiasm. She learned quickly and became an indispensable member of the teams. While continuing to excel as a student, a prefect, and a captain of the girls' softball team, Emma volunteered her extra time this spring to ensure the completion of the set and lights of Noises Off. This year's winner of the Rosenson Prize is Emma Berman." Memorial Prize for overall contributions to the music ensembles at Blair. Mr. Manny writes, "This year's Harding Memorial Prize is awarded to Sienna Tipton. Sienna is a musical perfectionist and one of the most diligent members of the choral music program at Blair as a member of all 4 choral ensembles and co-leader of Blair's a cappella choir. In her role as our accompanist, Sienna not only plays piano for our pieces, but she also plays our warm-ups and sight reads various parts of our scores, often without warning. She is a driven and dedicated musician with whom I have been grateful to work for the past 2 years. I am confident that Sienna will continue to touch the lives of many, many people through her playing, her singing, and her glittery personality." Congratulations, Sienna. and the Eberly Memorial Prize for Outstanding Achievement in Music. This year, the Eberly Prize goes to 2 students. Both are consummate performers who play with technical prowess and beautiful lyricism and have been integral members of orchestra, jazz ensemble, and pit orchestra for many years. They have learned to listen deeply to the music they perform and to make thoughtful, informed decisions about how to convey the meaning of their music to their audiences. And each of them, in their own way, has made a huge impact on their fellow musicians. One is a talented improviser who can create a cohesive solo over even the most challenging chord changes and who inspires those around him with his sheer skill. And the other, who leads by example, playing not 1 but 2 instruments in our ensembles, and whose work ethic pushes others to try harder. It has been a joy to work with these 2 selfless, dedicated students, and I will sorely miss them next year. Congratulations, Paul Siriothan and Brandon Shane.
For 40 years, a beloved chaplain here at Blair Academy. You can still continue to see him over alumni weekends when he lends his support. The Peter L. Ammerman Religion Prize is awarded to that student of religion who has been most challenged by the material encountered and who has demonstrated an effort to reevaluate the philosophy of life accordingly. This year's recipient has invested herself in every class with a dynamic presence and discussions that were always based on particularly close reading of assignments. Her essays, likewise, were grounded in the moral philosophies we studied and developed in detail her own growing perspective of morality and modern society. It is my pleasure to award this year's Peter L. Ammerman Religion Prize to Katerina Kramer. Science Department.
The Donald E. Lawshe Prize is presented in memory of Donald E. Lawshe, former physics teacher at Blair, for his devotion and service to our school and its science students. This award is presented to that student who has consistently demonstrated a passion for science and a dedication to interests beyond the classroom. Of this year's recipient, Mr. Kurtzman writes, this year's winner has been a signature science student for her Blair career, both in and out of the classroom. She was an exceptional honors biology student as a freshman. She tackled challenging honors chemistry course as a sophomore, and then leapt right into AP Chem as a junior, and finished off with a trifecta combination of AP Biology, honors physics, and marine science. In her summer, she interned with the veterinary clinic in Hong Kong and worked with the rehabilitation of elephants in Thailand. Next year, she's heading off to study animal biology at the University of Guelph outside of Ontario. I am proud to present the 2018 Lawshe Prize to Sammy Hua Ban Ho. The AP Science Prize is awarded to that student who, in the opinion of the AP Science instructors, has demonstrated the highest degree of mastery of scientific understanding at the Academy. Of this year's recipient, Mr. Wilson writes, for me, it is Rebecca's overall approach to school that is worth admiration. She's a wonderful example of a student who not only thinks about the material, but makes it a priority to truly hone in on what is most important. In particular, her work in AP Physics stands out because of the exceptional ways in which she describes experimental outcomes. Rebecca is thorough, detail-oriented, and applies the physical laws brilliantly when conducting her analysis on the work done in our labs. Undoubtedly, Rebecca's work serves as a model for what is possible when students consistently embrace and engage with the learning objectives and the experiences they can provide. I am pleased to announce the AP Science Prize and present it to Rebecca Shee. Athletic recognition.
The Senior Athletic Award, established in 1997, is given to those athletes who have earned 7 or more varsity letters during their careers at Blair, or for those entering Blair as a new junior who have earned 5 or more varsity letters, or postgraduates who have earned a varsity letter in all 3 seasons. These dedicated student athletes have been the core of our program, and their commitment to multiple sports have made a tremendous impact on the school. As I announce your name, please come on stage to receive your award. Please hold your applause so everyone comes up. Alexa Baza. Cleo Bersani. Veronica Blair. Craig Terrell. Savannah Dolful. Katie Douglas. Sabrina Help. Sammy Hui Wan Hua. Willie Kaiser. Seth Kim. Zachary Kreider. Emma Molman. Alec Lawless. Tiara Marie. Jason Owe. Katie Peacock. Dajay Pearson. Sora Saxton. Michael Stockley. And Adham Sobey. Congratulations to all. And now, Ms. Perry James M. Howard Jr. Fellowship Prize.
Several years ago, an alumnus established a fund to provide support each year to one faculty member early in his or her career at Blair. It's meant to acknowledge someone who's made a special distinction and impact on this community. The guidelines of the fund require that students be involved in the selection process, and so we ask our class council members to participate in this process each spring. The award winner is described as someone who has inspired his or her students and the Blair community with energetic leadership and outstanding involvement in the life of the school, and who is committed to pursuing a career in independent education. The greatest unknown that we encounter in the hiring process here at Blair Academy hinges on the difficulty of sussing out a candidate's ability to understand and connect with students, with all of you. We can mentor best teaching practices, share successful coaching strategies, and teach new colleagues about Blair's history and culture. However, our faculty's ability and desire to know and resonate with our students comes from within. Yes, we can all improve at this over time, but there are faculty, like today's recipient, for whom this skill, connecting with all of you, comes naturally. The faculty member whom the class council named to be this year's Howard Fellow is someone whom they wish to recognize for his patience and his caring demeanor. He expresses himself with tremendous calm and thoughtfulness. He takes a genuine interest in each of his students, but in an unbelievably chill way. His advisees, the students in his dorm and his classes and whom he coaches, all note that he has a high chill quotient. With him, they can relax and know that he will embrace them exactly as they are. He is always and ever even-keeled and user-friendly. The way he trains the students in his classes to look at their peers' work is very much in keeping with his own manner. The refrain in his classes is, "What do you notice? What do you like? What do you wonder about?" These questions guide his students to focus on the positive, to ask questions without judgment, and to hold themselves accountable for bearing witness to what is important. It is my great pleasure to present this year's James M. Howard Jr. Fellowship Prize to Evan Thomas.
And we have now arrived at the conclusion of the Senior Prize Assembly, and it becomes my duty to close this special event. This could be one among several important opportunities we will have to honor you and your work, class of 2018, this week before you officially become Blair alums. Congratulations to all who are recognized for their achievements today. I look at all of you and I think how extraordinary it is for what you have done here since the time you arrived here, many of you as freshmen 4 years ago. What you have done is distinguish yourself as scholars, as performers, and as athletes. And I don't know if you realize just how much that inspires all of us, and how it truly serves as a wonderful role model for those who aspire to be in your place or on this stage in the years to come. Of course, there are all kinds of victories, all kinds of breakthroughs and accomplishments and achievements, but there are also many small, quiet, but meaningful and powerful moments that, while not recognized on this stage today, are no less valuable and are very much deserving of our respect and our admiration. You are a remarkable class with so many dimensions and so many individual achievements, and those are only amplified by what you've collectively achieved. I think the world of you. Thank you to all in this room and beyond who have been your teachers, your cheerleaders, your confidants, coaches, admirers, and mentors, who, whether from behind the scenes or sometimes when you needed it, right up in your face, helped you to get to where you are today. Seniors, and all who have supported you, we are very, very proud of you today. I congratulate you, I thank you, and I turn it over to Reverend Durkee for the benediction. Thank you.
I like tradition, and so I'll offer a traditional blessing because I do wish for all of you everything good. And so may God bless you and keep you. May God shine upon you, be gracious unto you. May God lift up her face upon you and grant you peace, now and always. Amen.